Welcome to our Devos. We have just celebrated the resurrection. We are excited about what that means. Resurrection and Easter isn't just a weekend occurrence, and it's not even a weekend occurrence that happens one time a year. As Christians, we are Easter people. We are resurrection people. And so we're going to talk all this week about how Jesus is our living hope and how the work that he did through the resurrection, how the sacrifice that he made on the cross, all of it makes it possible for us to never lose hope again. Today I want to share with you one of the most profound and encouraging truths about what the resurrection teaches us as individuals, and it's simply that Christ's resurrection stole the last word from death. When you hear the word death, it has such a finality to it because we are talking about death from this side of the fence. We're talking about death from the perspective of knowing that if we lose someone, it'll be the last time that we see them on this side of eternity. And so there's this finality associated with death. It's over. Death. I mean, they say that about a lot of things. Oh, this is where great dreams come to die. That means it came to an end. That corporation went into the death spiral, meaning that it was successful at one point and now it's no longer, and it's insolvent. So death is often used to describe the finality of everything. Well, the most amazing thing that we can say about what Jesus did with regard to death is that he stole the last word away from death. Death now has no finality. Because of the resurrection, death is simply a point of transition into the next life. Now that is almost completely delusional if you're not a Christian. It's crazy to think of life this way, but it's the way that we're instructed biblically to recognize what death is. It's not I say at funerals all the time, death is not a period at the end of a sentence, but it's a comma before the next transition comes. Let's take a look at what the Apostle Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 20 through 22. He says, "But in fact, Christ has been raised from the dead, the first fruits of those who have fallen asleep. For as by a man came death," this is Adam, who brought sin and death into the world, "by a man has come also the resurrection of the dead. For as in Adam all die, so also in Christ shall all be made alive." So the promise that we have, the same promise, that your grandma would always say, the only things certain in life are death and taxes. Well, just like there's a promise of death, according to Christ, there is the promise of life. It's a promise that is uniquely reserved for those that believe in Jesus. This promise of everlasting hope that comes as a result of his resurrection, this promise of an everlasting joy that cannot be corrupted by the pains and the sorrows associated with this world. This resurrection provides us the last word against death.